Belleville Downtown Docfest started with a small group, 4 founders. They were all very much interested in film and were active in the community, and had really just that love of documentary film. And I think particularly because of how documentary film can make change happen. I really have always had an interest in film and had been involved in film selection in Toronto Public Library. And I wanted to, at that point, I was also looking for volunteer opportunities because I'd moved back to Belleville. I grew up here originally, but had been away for much of my working career. And so when I returned to Belleville and I started working at Belleville Public Library, there was that opportunity because the library had partnered with Docfest, and the library has 2 screening rooms that the film festival uses, and the library really needed somebody who was on staff to be connected and to be that link with the film festival. And it quickly went a lot further than that, because with my love of film, there was just that openness in the group for me to come in and to play a larger volunteer role. So I just started doing lots of different things for the festival, and then eventually became the chair. You feel like when you're in that role that you're piloting things, and that it's a big responsibility, because of course I want the festival to continue to succeed and to thrive. And to see the growth that's happened over the years that I've been the chair has been tremendously rewarding for me. Belleville Downtown Docfest is really so focused on the downtown. All of our screening venues are in fantastic downtown locations. We're at the Belleville Theatre Guild, which is an unbelievable gem. Like, it just has the theatre is fantastic, the screen's great. They're so supportive of Downtown Docfest. So we do films there on Friday afternoon. We show all day Saturday there. Same with the library. And we also use the core Community Cultural Center, which is, just the proximity makes it fantastic for our film goers to be able to go from one film to the next. In the last couple of years, we've also used Bridge Street United Church, and they have a nice screening room, and so that's been an added venue just as we've grown, because we typically show around 50 films, so that's a lot. And I think we're about the only film festival that I've seen that's doing that many films, of a film festival that's our size. And that just allows us to really provide a lot of variety. Being a volunteer is kind of a two-way street. It's an opportunity to give back to your community, to help, but it's also tremendously rewarding. Like, you get so much from volunteering. It's also working with the team and with the community at large, and so it really utilizes a lot of different skills and helps you develop different skills. And there are things that I've had opportunities to do with Docfest that I don't think I would have ever had a chance to do. And the team that I work with, the other volunteers on my committee, are tremendously supportive and really have developed lifelong friendships in that group. And I value those people so much. International Women's Day is so important, and there's a phenomenal International Women's Day committee in Belleville, and so we're so fortunate because they have brought incredible speakers to Belleville. It's a chance for women in the community to be together, to talk about issues that are of concern. When you have that opportunity to be in a group of women where many times the International Women's Day event has been held at the library, so where the speaker is there, and you're in a group of this, I'm trying to think what their numbers are like, but probably like 150, something like that, because I know the space is packed out. And you're hearing people from the community, women from all sorts of different areas talk, ask questions, speak about their issues, about what's going on. And to hear a speaker talk about relevant issues of the day is phenomenal. It's just, it's like a celebration. And I find it inspiring and encouraging. It's also a time when you think about, like for me, when you think about how far women have come, I also think about women from, say, my mother's generation. The limitations that they faced, the hardships that they faced. So they did so much to make it possible for women of my generation to get where we are, to be able to be in the workforce in a significant way, to be able to start to move into higher level positions. That all happened on the backs of women who came before myself. And then also to think about women in other countries who are just, it's heartbreaking, you know, in some of the situations that women live in now, how the discrimination that they face. I was just reading something this morning about women in many third world countries are often, the girls are the ones who are malnourished. And I think about COVID and how that's impacting the economies of the world. And you know already that it's girls who aren't getting the share of the food and that they need, and that are facing malnutrition, who don't get to go to school. And it's just, it's so important for women who are in developed countries like I am to be able to help and to try and support in ways that we can what women are facing in other countries, and to try and fight against the structures that are confronting those women. And you know, I think with the film festival, when we show a film that is honest about what's going on in some countries, it's just an eye-opener for some people, and it is a motivator, a move to action to help to recognize that yes, we have so much and we've achieved so much here, but we also have a responsibility to try and bring up women, to improve women's conditions in other countries. And that is part of what I think is important about International Women's Day.